guys, Chris here from anabolicmen.com, and today I just want to do another video. It's a little bit out of the ordinary. Usually, I'm in the office or showing you guys studies on the screen and everything like that. But I figured today would be a good day to talk about something that's been on my mind, not just lately, but for many years now, and it keeps just recurring and coming up again and again in my life and in the lives of friends around me and everybody. And I see it as a standard principle just to live by in general. And I think there's a plane going by. Oh, it's a pretty cool plane. It's like a fighter jet or something. I don't know if you can see it. By an Air Force base here, so cool planes go by. Anyways, so the idea is the concept of embracing discomfort. So I see, and I used to basically, I made this fatal mistake, and I think that everyone makes this mistake until someone points it out to you, or until you realize this for yourself. Luckily, I realized this when I was really young, and it has informed the way and spurred the way that I've lived my life ever since I realized it. But the mistake is that people equate comfort with happiness, and they also, they value happiness so much, but they never actually have a definition for it. And the thing is, I've always found in my own life, and I'm not going to tell you how to live yours, but I'll share my own experiences. I found in my own life that I am what I would define as happiest when I'm growing and when I have freedom in my life. So when I'm growing, I'm never growing out of a place of comfort. You can't do that. You can't. It's just impossible to grow out of comfort. So you have to always put yourself into constantly, increasingly more uncomfortable situations. You have to welcome the discomfort. You have to become comfortable with discomfort in your life in order to grow. And as a universal truth or a principle to live by, this isn't just applicable to something like your career or your relationships or something like that, but it also actually can inform the way you train your body for hormonal release, which is really interesting. And this was something I found out years after, but I instantly saw the connection. Your body will only release testosterone and have a trigger hormonal release when it is put into an adaptive state. So it uses the hormones, and this is just the way your body works. It uses hormones to cause physiological adaptations that are favorable to the stimulus that you're putting it through. So for example, say you're doing like the Thor program, or you're doing a progressive overload program, you're doing something that is spurring progressive strength gain or power gain in your body, in your muscles. Your body's going to release hormones to facilitate the physiological changes that it needs to be able to support the increased load all the time. This is interesting because basically what you're doing, even by inching up every week, 1 pound on a lift for an entire year, what you're doing is you're constantly putting your body into a state of discomfort, and it is adapting to that discomfort by growing. And what you see is what happens is your muscles will grow. That is what's going to happen. And to bring it back around to just everyday life, put yourself into uncomfortable situations. Do things. Look at your life right now. Look at I see it all over the place. When I was a kid, I don't even know how I knew this, or my mom she'll reiterate that one of the first things that when I was a little kid, I think I was in elementary school or something, I knew I didn't want to be mediocre at anything. And so my whole life I've been, how do I not be mediocre? How do I be at the top of my class? How do I work harder than everybody? And the way to do that I found is to always be uncomfortable, because you're doing something that no one else is willing to do. The rare exceptional people, the people that you look around and you see that they're successful, that they're doing something that they like, they're creating things, they're building things. Those are the people that are always making themselves uncomfortable and putting themselves into challenging situations, because you'll surprise yourself. You will rise to the occasion if you put yourself into a situation where you need to grow. And what you're going to see is that you start progressing a lot more than all the other people in your life, or unless you're around other people who are doing the same thing. But in general, there are always a lot of people that, as we go through our phases of life, that are not going to be growing. So those are the people that are going to come to you and they're going to say, oh, you've really changed, or oh, you know, I liked it back. I liked you better when you were, you know, the old person or whatever. So you're going to get all this negative feedback from people, but these people are not growing. They're not making themselves uncomfortable. They're seeking comfort in the form of it, like they equate it with happiness. And what you'll find is these are also some of the most miserable people you'll ever meet. So they're a walking testimony that comfort does not equal happiness. So just to wrap things up, I've always been, or I've lived by this principle for many years now, and it's a great way to kind of wake up to the fact that in order to improve yourself, because people are watching this YouTube channel, people are reading Anabolic Men because they want to improve themselves in some way. If you live by this principle, by making yourself uncomfortable, by embracing discomfort on all levels, you will be able to grow. You will find happiness through growth, not through comfort, not through, you know, money, or not through any sort of material thing. But if you are growing constantly, if you're constantly challenging yourself, you will feel happy. That it's a good way to live life, at least from what I've experienced. So I can't assume to impose that on anyone else, but that's my experience. And I've also found this principle as a universal principle in life. It holds true in your training too. I've read all the same stuff like muscle magazines, bodybuilder workouts, whatever, and I really didn't really achieve. This year I've gained, since January, it's July right now, this year I've gained 18 pounds of mass, and I'm at a lower body fat than when I started, and much stronger than when I started. And people that haven't seen me for months, they'll see me and they'll be like, holy crap, you put on a lot of size, you're huge. And now I'm 218 pounds, probably like 11% body, 10 or 11% body fat. Feel awesome. But how did I do that? Years before, I never really had any kind of good results like that. But what I did was apply this principle to my training. I used the fact that your body's going to release hormones. It's going to release, especially when you're weight training, it's going to release a massive amount of androgens to facilitate the physiological adaptations that are necessary to support an increased training load. So make yourself uncomfortable in the gym. Don't go in the gym, don't go train and just do the same thing you've always been doing. If you go into the gym today or tomorrow, right, you're going in for a workout, I just want to challenge you to make yourself uncomfortable. Pick one or two lifts that, maybe you're always doing the same thing on incline bench or on weighted chin-ups. Or maybe you don't even do weighted chin-ups, maybe you just do regular chin-ups. I challenge you to just get a belt and put 5 pounds around that belt. Instead of doing body weight chin-ups, do chin-ups with 5 pounds on it. Just do small things like this and keep increasing and making yourself more and more uncomfortable, because this is where you're going to find growth on all levels. Personally, as a person, you're going to find growth, and then also physically, you will grow. You will get bigger. You'll get stronger. You'll feel better. Your health will improve. You'll be able to solve other problems in your life. So yeah, hopefully this video was helpful in some way. I know it's a bit different than the usual video that I do, but hopefully it does help you. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this, let me know in the comments below. Go ahead and subscribe to this channel, and we'll always keep bringing you the best 100% research-backed men's health advice online. So go check out anabolicmen.com, and I'll see you on the next video.